Hello, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If today's your first time, I'm Aboagye. I talk about finance, education, lifestyle, and basically help people to study abroad. So, today's episode is something people have always been asking me about. So, you want to study abroad? You have no idea on what to do or how to start the process. Don't worry, I got you. That's what this episode is all about. It's a step-by-step guide on how to find schools abroad in any country and how basically the application process should go. Yeah, let's enjoy this episode. For the first step, you have to decide on the program you want to study. If you're looking at master's or a PhD program, probably a choice in your undergraduate or master's will be great. However, there's no rule. If you want to divert, feel free and be able to articulate the reason for that. So maybe you did computer engineering for your undergraduate and maybe you want to branch into something else which is different from computer engineering. You can do that, but you need to be able to explain it very well in your statement of purpose why there is a need to actually divert to another field. The second step, now look for schools offering the program of interest. During this process, Google should be your best friend. You can type maybe universities that offer computer science or your program of interest in maybe Canada, the country of interest, and Google will do the work for you. As you can see, there's here the best global university for computer science in Australia. So this could be the first step. You pick one that interests you, then you are good to go. If it's not Australia, let's say in USA, a whole lot of universities. Let's say if it's China, then you're good to go. So this is the second step. You just have to type the program of interest and the country, and Google will do the job for you. If your program is research based, it's important to get a supervisor, especially in US or Canada. Once you get a supervisor, you are assured of being funded. If you need help on how to get or contact a supervisor, leave in the comment section and I'll make a video on that. Step 3. Once you find the school, visit the program or university website and find out the admission requirements, the needed documents, and most importantly, deadlines. If you have questions or doubts about some of the documents, feel free to email the school with your questions. Let's say you finally decided to study for a master's in computer science in Canada, and based on the list of schools, you decided to go for University of Toronto. So now we want to see the admission requirements or what you will need. So you just type University of Toronto Computer Science Masters. They will give you a lot of options. Let's just choose the first one. So there's the program overview. These are quick facts. So application or payment deadline. As I said, you should really be careful of the deadlines. For both MSc and PhD, these are for domestic students. You are an international student, so they have the same deadline, which is 1st December 2020. That means this year will be 1st December 2021. The supporting documents deadline for both of them, 3rd December 2021. So these are the minimum admission average. For MSc, you need a B+ in final year of bachelor's. So for your final year, not for the whole entire duration of your program, for the final year, you need a B+. The same for a PhD, you need a B+ in your master's. Direct entry option from bachelor's to PhD, is this possible? Yes. Minimum A- average in courses in the relevant discipline. So if it's in computer science, those programs that are relevant to computer science, you need a minimum of A1. If you got those courses, it's possible to not. You could decide not to do your master's. You could go from a bachelor's to a PhD. Is a supervisor identified before or after admission? So before you can get an admission, you need to identify a supervisor. This is very important that you don't apply directly without a supervisor, because most of the time if you don't, you might not get admission. So use the time to actually find a supervisor, and once you get a supervisor, you apply. A supervisor assigned by the graduate unit or secured by the applicant graduate unit. So that's a good thing. You don't have to do the work yourself. The university will actually give you a supervisor. This is basically the duration, and Master of Science, they give you a program description. So this is what you have to read. The minimum admission requirements. You have to satisfy the requirements for the Department of Computer Science. You have to have an appropriate bachelor's degree with a standing equivalent to at least University of Toronto B+. Preference given to applicants who have studied computer science or a closely related discipline. Applicants whose primary language is not English and who graduated from a university where the language of instruction is not English must achieve, you have to write these exams. So this is the program requirement and the program length, and this is for a PhD. They also give basically the admission requirement is similar to the master's. The duration is 4 years and the time limit is 6 years. PhD direct entry, that's from your bachelor's to your PhD. You find all the information here. You need to make time to actually read these information. They are very important. So this is, afterwards you just go to the Master of Science for the computer science. It's basically the same information that you got from that page. And this is the funding, awards, and tuition. If you want to know the funding, you just have to visit here. You find what they have available. This is the admission requirement. Here, applications are evaluated in their totality. Grades, the statement of purpose, letters of reference, and any supplementary information submitted are all taken into account. Admission decisions are made in the context of all other applications in the same admission cycle. For this reason, the graduate office and individual faculty cannot respond to requests for evaluation of applications in isolation. Admission to our graduate program is very competitive. Only 5 to 10% of applicants receive an offer of admission. So with this in mind, you have to put in the work to ensure that you put in a strong application so that you get selected. So this is for people without prior degree in computer science. I thought about the fact that you could actually switch to other field. These are some of the requirements you need to satisfy. GRE test scores. Who do not have a Canadian university degree are strongly encouraged to submit scores from the GRE. So these are the codes. So what this means is that when you actually you have to keep these codes. When you go write the GRE, at the end of the day, they give you schools that you want to submit your applications to. You can just give this code so that you don't have to pay extra money to send your GRE scores. So application process. Applications may be made for September entry each year. Applications for September 21 are closed. Application for September 22 will open in early October 2021. So for any information, you could just click here and you can find everything you need here. Simple, right? Step 4. Gather all the necessary documents, fill application form if necessary, and apply before the deadlines. Take your time and submit a strong application. It's not about the number of schools you apply to that will guarantee you success. Some schools require admission fees like Canada and USA, so surely have the money available. France requires no admission fee. Ensure you send all the necessary documents before the deadline. Step 5. Once you are done, your part is done. Wait for the school's decision. If you got an admission, that's good news. If not, don't give up. Try again. Step 6. Accept offer and pay acceptance fee. Some schools will require you to show interest in your sport by paying an amount which will then be subtracted from your fees when you finally pay for it. I hope this video was helpful. Feel free to leave in the comment section if you have any questions, and feel free to share with your friends and contacts, and it might be useful to somebody. If today is your first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until you hear from me again, bye.